See that? That's probably good.
You think that's good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess not.
This is the smallest class I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's just these guys and me.
I know. Thanks. You guys are coming.
We're the only ones that always show up.
I know. You
I'm
guys
over
are-
here because I didn't read it. I just knew it was today, but I didn't read it. If I'd have known it was yoga, I wouldn't be here.
I was wondering if you would come. I know you didn't come to the gardening one.
Well, I've been gardening for 60 years.
I know.
You're not gonna teach me nothing I don't already know.
I know. You're like a
Yoga.
professional gardener.
And yoga is not while I was a farmer.
I know.
Yoga is just not my thing. So.
But maybe it will be after this. Anna's gonna convert you.
A lot of people tend to have a little bit of a misconception of what yoga is or what it's for traditionally. A lot of the yoga that we experience in the US is very Americanized and away from the roots of yoga, which is using our breath to connect into our body and relax our mind and connect to our mind. And so that's what we're going to do today. The chair, doing the asanas or postures in the chair is going to remove a lot of the movement part of it. And thus we're left with our breath and connecting that to our body and our mind. So a lot of what we're going to do today is some gentle arm movements and a little bit of leg movements, but very breath-based. We're going to learn 1 or 2 breathing techniques that might feel new to everybody, or maybe it's something that you've experienced before. Parts of the class may resonate with you and may work for you, or they might not. You might walk away from this class saying, man, that was really helpful and a good tool for me, or you might not, and that's okay too, because not every tool is for every person. And so thankfully there are a lot of tools out there. So I try and come into this without the pressure that this has to be for me or I should be more mentally involved in this, but try your best to have a little bit of an open mind. So I like to start with introductions. Traditionally, I teach Hatha Yoga. I teach a class once a month for all the St. Luke's staff members. And I teach Hatha Yoga, which is traditional breath-based yoga. Hatha, Ha is sun and Tha is moon, so it's the connecting of polarities, like connecting the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. We all have those inside of us. Softer and harsher elements, to think of it in a different way. So I came into yoga because I was super burned out. I was an ICU nurse during COVID, and I saw a lot of people really struggling to breathe and losing their struggle with that, and that was really hard for me and really burnt me out. I've been practicing yoga for over 12 years, but that is what really brought me back to yoga and helped led me on my journey to become a teacher. So a little bit about yourself in the introduction, and then a little bit about how you became part of Better Breathers. Andrea reached out to me and asked if I would be willing to lead a class for y'all. Having trouble to breathe, like at first glance, you might not think that that's something that affects me, but I have something called pectus excavatum, where my chest wall is actually shaped like there's a cereal bowl in my chest that's covered with implants, so you can't really see it, that defect, but it mimics right-sided heart failure. So I struggle to breathe with any activity or any increased heart rate. So it's something that's personal in my life. I also have a brother with cystic fibrosis, and I've been helping him with breathing treatment since he was 2 years old. He's now a very healthy, married young man, thankfully. But the struggle to breathe deeply affects my life and my family, so that's what got me here today. And then I like to do kind of a little bit of a sharing circle at the beginning, so these introductions can be a little bit long. Something that I think we kind of missed is that everybody likes to, post on Instagram or social media and look like their life is all happy and shiny, and what we see from other people a lot of times is happy and shiny. So one of the things that I like to do at the beginning of class in our sharing circle is talk about something that you're struggling with and one of the ways maybe that you're coping with that. If that's not something that feels comfortable for you, certainly please feel free to skip that or do something different. For me, something that I'm struggling with is after 40 years of going to the doctor, I finally got a workup at Mayo Clinic and did receive that diagnosis of pectus excavatum after struggling with it on my own my whole life, being told by many doctors that it was all in my head, and now have a serious diagnosis. So that, even though I was kind of expecting it, is something that I've been working through, and connecting to my tribe and accepting help is been one of the ways that I've been coping through that. So with that, I'll pass it on.
You're gonna pass it to me?
I'm gonna pass it to you.
Great. And my mind goes blank.
It's okay, there's no pressure here, we're all friends.
I think what I'm realizing as I get older is my life choices are catching up with me. And there's a lot, there's my physical health, which I knew I was having trouble breathing. And that was diagnosed a little over a year ago as emphysema. So I have to be conscious now of what I do to help that so it doesn't progress any faster than it needs to. But I also made choices along the way where I didn't have kids. I was married, I'm divorced now. And I was an only child with no children, lost my dad. And then a couple of years ago, lost my mom. And I was her caretaker. And I am struggling with that because I've got good friends, but also I realized I'm alone.
It's
And
hard
that's
to
scary.
feel solitary like that. I don't have any children also, and it's been a journey to really lean into my tribe and into my chosen family, and
Yeah, chosen family,
work
you can say that,
to
but
deepen those
they have their own
relationships.
family, so there's
Yeah.
only so much you can take of their time,
Right.
So you've got to really learn to stand on your own. And then worry about, what happens if I die in my house and nobody bothers to check on me for a week. Ew. So you get all these things that you have to deal with, and it's all self-inflicted.
These are really real fears to process through.
Yeah.
And that leaves a lot on
What to
your
do
mind.
with everything, I have a lot of stuff from my mom and dad, beautiful stuff that, I don't want to just give it away and have it end up in the landfill, so there's just all these things that you do that you want to have that legacy for them somehow, but it's hard to do when you don't have offspring to continue. So how do you do that? I do it in donation in their memory and things like that, but yeah. So learning to breathe and connect, I suppose. It's good just when I'm having these panic attacks.
Well, we'll learn some helpful tools.
Because I can't smoke anymore.
Some breathing tools and breath work that hopefully will be a tool that you can take away from class today.
Mhm.
Thank you for that sharing.
Okay.
Do you want to share and
Nope,
introduce
I'm
yourself?
not a talker.
That's all right. Thank you for joining us and being here today. And even though it's unexpected class for you, thanks for staying. Everyone obviously has the option to come and go as they want. So thank you for being here, even though it was unexpected.
Do you want to share, Angie? Okay, that's okay. I'll share. So I'm Audrey. I know all of you guys, and I've talked to you on email, but it's the first time meeting in real life. I haven't done yoga in a long time. I used to do it before work almost every day when I did 12-hour shifts, and now that I work 8-hour shifts, I don't know why it's so much harder to get up and do that, but I found that when I did before my 12-hour shifts, when I did my yoga practice in the morning and stretching and slowly waking up, and it was really good intention setting for the day. And it really helped me to have, because I really struggled with burnout during COVID as well. And that really helped me to kind of set my positive intentions for the day. But I need to get back into a regular routine because it's hard.
It is hard. It is hard to set even just that tiny little bit of time. And there's a tool called habit linking that I really like to use, where you take something that you already do every day and you tie a small habit to it.
Yeah.
So one of the things for me, like when I'm at work, every time I use the bathroom, I'll just sit on the loo for like a couple extra minutes and just do like even just 3 to 5 deep breaths. And it's crazy. Like you think a couple of deep breaths, that's not going to do anything. But when we connect it to the actual science that's behind it, it activates our vagus nerve. When we do deep breathing, it activates the vagus nerve at the back of our throat. And that helps turn off your fight or flight, which helps your whole body relax. When your whole body can relax in that way, it turns on your immune system. It helps your immune system work better when you're less stressed. So definitely.
I'm Tara.
Hi,
I work at the Boise campus, and I have asthma. I struggle with yoga because I have ADD, so we'll see how this goes, because I can never get my brain to shut off long enough to actually enjoy it.
I'm neurodivergent as well, so I can appreciate that struggle. You'll see that in my classes, that shines through, and that we're always doing something that engages our nervous system. So meditation, if it's a silent part, I'll guide you in what's called a counting meditation, where you're really not trying to shut off every thought that we have, or let it just be total stillness and silence. We're engaging our mind in a mindful way, and instead of turning off thought, we're allowing thought. And so we're just allowing it to kind of drift by without attachment to it. It's a practice. All right, so I'm gonna turn on a little bit of background vibes for us. And then we'll get started with a little bit of grounding. So just try and find a comfortable spot on your seat if you're not already comfortable with your feet touching the floor. I feel like a little bit like Alice in Wonderland in most chairs, if you don't quite reach the floor. So just do your best. We're gonna try and even our seat bones in the chair so that they're evenly pressing down and that our shoulders are up and back. There's scientific research, I'm a nerd, so I'm going to refer to that a lot, but I think that helps create validity in the small things that we do. If we can know that there's actually science behind this that says it's not just some bullshit someone's spewing at us. So there's actually science that shows just sitting up straight and tall for 2 minutes improves our confidence and our feelings of self-worth substantially. So just by sitting up tall and in a chair, we can change our perception. So here in our upright position, if it feels comfortable for you to just let your hands find your thighs and close your eyes. Breath in, breath out. Relaxing into the chair. Maybe your shoulders melt down a little bit more. Maybe you imagine, if your mind will let you, that your feet are rooted to the floor, creating a grounding force to the earth. If your mind won't allow that, just simply noticing where your feet are touching the floor and noticing where your seat and your back are touching the chair. Just becoming aware of your body in this space. Allowing yourself and giving yourself permission in this next 40 minutes or so. This time is yours. That every burden that you have, every heavy weight, every worry will wait for you outside of this room. And this next bit of time is just yours. And when you leave this room and finish this practice, it's okay to look at those things, all that you put down to come here today, and decide what you want to pick back up or what you need. Again, connecting to our breath. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Imagining softly a wave of relaxation, starting at the crown of your head, and slowly melting over you. Maybe your mind will relax enough to allow you to imagine this relaxation as a gentle mist, slowly pouring over your body. Magical, relaxing, loving, kind feeling just melting over you. Move down through your face, and your whole face is relaxed. Your mouth is relaxed, your tongue is relaxed, your lips and cheeks. It melts over you down to your shoulders. And your shoulders relax down away from your ears. Settling down. Gentle breath in and out. Relaxation continues to move over you. Glides down your abdomen and your chest. And as you breathe in and out, noticing the way that it feels to breathe in and out. Noticing the way that your ribs expand and your tiny intercostal muscles, the little muscles between your ribs, are stretched and relaxed with every breath. Noticing the way your abdomen stretches and relaxes as this relaxing mist moves down to your legs, just weighting them into the chair. Moves down your legs to your knees, through your knees to your feet. Your feet weighted. Noticing where in your foot you feel pressure. The weight of your leg. And again, creating awareness in your breath. As you breathe in and out. A few more breaths here. Breath in and out. As you breathe in this time, slow down a bit and inhale as largely as you can. Hold the bottom of the inhale, 2 seconds, and exhale as slowly as you can. And again, big inhale. And exhale. Softly open your eyes. We're going to bring a little bit of movement. A gentle neck roll. So starting in the direction of your choice. Move your ear over to your shoulder. Feeling the stretch in the opposite side of your neck. Relaxing your chin slowly down to your chest. Feeling now and connecting to mentally the stretch in the back. Rolling over to the opposite ear. Feeling the stretch in the opposite shoulder. And upright. Inhale as we exhale ear to shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Chin to chest. Inhale. Exhale. Ear to shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale ear to shoulder. Exhale chin down. Inhale as you roll your ear to your shoulder. Exhale. Inhale up. Now moving in the opposite direction. Inhale. Exhale ear to shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Roll your chin down. Chin to chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale as you roll your ear to your shoulder. Exhale. Inhale upright. Once you're here, breathing in and out, settling just for a moment. We're going to come to a modified mountain pose in a chair. So again, let your arms relax down to your sides if that feels comfortable for you. Chin up tall. Imagine a string from the top of your head pulling up through the sky. Chest open and wide. Shoulders back and down. You may feel your back or the top of your scapula pressing into the back of the chair. And this might feel a little stiff, so we're going to add a little bit of breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to add a little bit of what's called box breathing. Box breathing is when you inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So there's 4 segments to it. And you do that for the same number of seconds for all stages of the inhalation and exhalation. Not everybody's lungs work the same, so you can adjust that for you. A nice place to start is 4 seconds. But if your lungs want to hold more air, you can go longer. If they'll hold less air, you can go shorter. So inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Resume your natural breath. 2 big breaths in and out. 1 more in and out. Now in your own time, doing the box breathing for whatever count works for you. I'll call it inhale. Inhale. And in your count, Exhale. We're gonna do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your palms back to our thighs. We're going to add a little bit of movement with our breath. So we're going to inhale our arms overhead, look up to our palms. Don't want our hands back too far behind our ears. That's a little too much stretch. So if your body doesn't allow you to bring your hands all the way up, somewhere in front of you is okay. We're going to inhale and look up, reach. And when we inhale and reach, we're going to really reach for the sky. Stretch your spine out. And we're going to exhale and fold. That might be here for some of us. Or it could be all the way down here with our fold. We're going to go up and down. So inhale and reach. Exhale and fold. 3 more. Inhale and reach. Palms face together. Exhale and fold. So fingertips to the floor. Inhale and reach. Palms facing together. Looking up towards the sky. Exhale and fold. Staying folded now for 3 deep breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling. In your own count. Allowing back of your body to release. On your next inhale, sweeping your arms overhead. And exhale, palms to thighs. Do the same thing. We're going to go out to the side. We're going to add that. So inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to side. Inhale, arms in front. Exhale, palms to side. Inhale, sweep your arms up, eyes up. Exhale to the side. Inhale, up, sweep up. Exhale, front. Inhale, side. Exhale here at the side. Inhale, eyes up, palms face together. Exhale, front, hands to thighs. Inhaling and exhaling. Now we're going to add a little twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Our hand can find the side of our chair and our knee or our thigh. Exhaling on the twist. Inhaling on the turn. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return. Exhale, twist. Look over the left shoulder. Exhale, return. Inhale, twist. Exhale, return. Inhale, twist. Other side now. Exhale, return. Inhale, twist. Exhale, return. 2 more. Inhale, twist. Exhale, return. Time in just a moment to close your eyes. In and out. 1 more breath here. Big cleansing breath. Breathe in and out. Just releasing any residual stress. We're going to do a little with our legs now. We're going to breathe in and keep our legs up, toes back towards our nose. Exhale, slow mindful movement to bring our legs back to the floor. So even though the movements that we're doing are very gentle, we can increase the engagement with our mind by slowing down and connecting the muscle that we're moving, as silly as that sounds. So really mindfully inhale up slowly. Exhale, notice the muscles that are working as you lower your feet back to the ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, relax. We're going to add our arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, relax. Inhale, lift. Exhale, relax. Inhale, lift. Maybe not as high, arms high. And hold for 3 deep breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release. And one breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Moving back to a little bit of a twist. If you can, bring one leg out to the side a little bit. And we're going to lean and stretch in the opposite direction. And you should feel that all in your side body. And relax. Inhale and stretch. Exhale and relax. If the movement doesn't resonate for you, just follow the inhale and the exhale. Inhale and stretch. Exhale and relax. Inhale and stretch. Exhale and relax. Moving to the other side. So open that hip just a little bit, just to give yourself a little bit more room. Inhale and stretch. Exhale and relax. Inhale and stretch. Exhale and relax. Inhale and stretch. Exhale and relax. This time let's try and let our eyes kind of forward, come across. Exhale and relax. Beautiful. Now, feet back to the front. A moment to inhale and exhale. Another breath. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to learn another breathing technique. This is called a lot of times ocean's breath or lion's breath. And it's a breathing technique that really activates the back of your throat. It's part of the pranayama breathing techniques of hatha yoga. So it's a little bit weird. So one of the ways to learn it is like you're fogging up a mirror. So the breath is in and out of your nose, but we're going to start in and out of our mouth. So we're going to inhale and exhale like you're fogging up a mirror. And what you're feeling is the back of your tongue lifting up towards the roof of your mouth. It's the back and mid-tongue that lifts and just kind of constricts the back of your throat. It's the same sound you make when you're really exasperated at somebody. You're like, it's kind of funny that we do that because this activates the vagus nerve and helps us calm down. So our body knows how to help us. So we're going to inhale, big breath in your nose. Exhale. Big breath in your nose. Exhale. So now we're going to try and keep that same ha feeling, but with our mouth closed, breathing in and out of our nose, and see if we can maintain that constriction in the back of our throat. So breathe in your nose and out. And that one sounds a little bit to me like Darth Vader breath. So breathe in your nose And exhale out your nose. Breathing into your chest. And exhaling from the abdomen. In your nose. And out your nose. Into your nose, lifting the chest. Exhaling from the abdomen. This Ujjayi breath, the traditional name for it, is something that we can tap into any time. If you're feeling stressed out, worried, afraid, happy, sad, this breath will really help ground you because it's activating your vagus nerve and giving you calming hormones throughout your body. So breathing in and out. In and out. So now, connecting to that Ujjayi breath, we're going to connect that to our arm movements. And those same basic sun salutation arm movements that we did before, up, front, and side. We're going to do those again, connecting with our Ujjayi breath. So breathe in, arms overhead, exhale, all the way to your side. Breathe in and up. Exhale down into the side. Breathe in and up. Exhale down into the side. Breathe in and up. Eyes follow your hands up. Exhale down to the side. Chin relaxes back forward. Breathe in. Arms up. Palms face each other. Eyes forward. Exhale down and to the side. Breathe in and up. 2 more. Exhale down and to the side. Breathe in and up. Exhale down and to the side. Breathe in and up. Hold here for 2 breaths. Inhaling. And exhaling, connect to that Ujjayi breath if you can. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, and on your next exhale, your arms come down. So now we're gonna do a little bit more of a side stretch. Except this time, we're gonna kind of tip our feet to one direction and follow the same direction as our feet. We do this pose in yin yoga. It's fun. It's called banana pose. So inhaling and exhaling. As we hold this, we can lean onto the back of our chair and use that to support our body through this side body stretch. Stretching that top arm as straight as you can. If it doesn't want to come straight, we can find a 90-degree bend and support our elbow onto the top of our head gently if we need to. Those are just some options. You can be straight, you can be bent, you can be rested gently to the side of your head. Be really careful to not create extra pressure on your neck. Inhaling and exhaling through the pose, feeling the stretch in the side body. Hold for 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Close your eyes if you like. And some relaxation. On your next inhale, arms come overhead, feet come to center. Preparing, we're going to exhale to the other side so our feet can find our way to the other side of our chair. And as we exhale, tipping over like a little teapot to the other side. Inhaling and exhaling, feeling the stretch in the side of our body. Close your eyes if you like to find some deeper relaxation. Inhaling, exhaling. If you can, find that ocean's breath, that constriction in the back of your throat as you inhale And exhale through your nose. If your arms or hands get tired, find that 90-degree bend in your elbow. Give it a bit of rest. And instead of stretching your arm over, you're pushing your elbow to the other side of this. And on your next inhale, stretching up tall. And exhale, hands to thighs. Close your eyes, sit up tall. Find a few breaths here. After that work, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now combining our legs and our arm movements together, we're going to do a little modified goat pose. Couple of options. I'm going to scoot forward because I'm short so I can show you the options for our feet here. One option is our feet resting on the floor, just like this, and we're going to get the activation by pulling our abs and ribs forward. So this is an ab working pose, a supported one. If this doesn't feel challenging, we're just going to raise our feet up off the floor, and we're going to move in and out of this with inhalation and exhalation, and then at the end we're going to do a hold. So inhale, up, exhale, relax. Inhale, up, fingers point towards your knees, exhale, relax. Inhale, up, thumbs to the sky, fingers towards your knees, and exhale, relax. Inhale, up, and exhale, release. Inhale, up, holding for 4 breaths here, knowing that if we need to, our feet can relax down to the floor. We can simply engage our abdominals and pull forward, holding for 4 breaths. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One more, inhale, and exhale. Find the palms on your thighs, close your eyes, connect to your breath, and the groundedness in this moment. Thankful to our bodies for these small movements, importance of connecting. And close with a little bit of guided, mindful relaxation. Just finding as comfortable a seat as you're able to where you are. And relax your shoulders. And relax your back into the chair. And your eyes closed. Breathing in and out. Coming back to our box breath from earlier in our practice. We're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. relaxing, moving back into natural breath. Big breath in and sigh it out. Another big breath in and sigh it out. That's the whole. Big breath in, one more, and sigh it out. And back to gentle relaxation. Connecting to first our feet. Letting them relax. As we move through, maybe we can try and see if there's a little gratitude for each part of our body and the way it moves us through the world each day. Moving up and connecting to our legs, letting relaxation, thankfulness find their way into our legs. Silly as that might sound, it's our intentions in our mind that matter. Relaxation continuing to travel upward to your tummy now. Oh, the magic that happens in our body. Just our food. Provides us enzymes, hormones. Helps us nourishment. Moving upwards, our relaxation, finding our chest, our rib cage, the precious barrier, our ribs, around our secret heart, our lungs. Find a little gratitude there for what we're able to still do for us. Relaxation traveling up your shoulders. Finding perhaps now in our mind a little word or intention. Just the next nice thing that pops into your head to move away from the day of class with. Two more deep breaths here as we close class. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Eyes staying closed. Thank you for coming to class today. Taking a little moment to dive into something new, maybe something unexpected. Taking a little bit of time for yourself. Eyes softly opening. Thank you all for exploring chair yoga with me today and some breathing techniques. I hope that at some point that will be a helpful tool for you. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Kathleen is on the line. She wants you to know that she volunteered to check on you. But she's, hi Kathleen, thanks for coming.
Hi Kathleen, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, Kathleen.
She just had surgery, so she's,
I was thinking that was probably why she's
Yeah.
not here. Hi.
You want me to stop this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bye, Miss Kathleen.
for coming.
Thank you guys. Sorry, my sister's on emergency bypass. I forgot about that. So my phone is on silent. I apologize for the untimely interruption.
It was really,
It's almost perfect.
Yeah.